to come up on the land of Egypt. So Aaron stretched out his hand over the water of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs on the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people. And I will let the people go, that they may sacrifice to the Lord. Verse 9. And Moses said to Pharaoh, accept the honor of saying, when I shall intercede for you, for your servants and for your people, to destroy the frogs for you and your house, that you may remain in the river, that they may remain in the river only. Here's verse 10. So he said, tomorrow. And he said, let it be according to your word, that you may know that there is no one like the Lord our God. Verse 11. And the frogs shall depart from you, from your house, from your servants, and from your people. They shall remain in the river only. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. This morning I simply want to take my text from one word in verse 10, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Turn to your neighbor and tell them tomorrow. Tomorrow. Turn to somebody else and say tomorrow may be too late. Tomorrow may be too late. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Last week, my friend, we established the foundation of the book that we're preaching from here in Exodus. For we know in that Israel's deliverance was created and talked about in chapter 3. It's when God sent Moses to tell his people, he said, listen, I know what you're going through. I've seen the oppression of my people. And he says, I've heard their cries. And he says, don't worry, I'm coming to judge them. Listen, and I'm going to lift you out of where you are and place you in a land that's flowing with what? Milk and honey. Yeah. In church on Wednesday night, we opened a new chapter. We went to chapter 7 in Exodus. And I want you to know that in that chapter we learned something very important. We learned that Moses was 80 and Aaron was 83 when God called them and sent them, amen, to Pharaoh. Amen. See, that taught us something right there. Because nobody in the room was 80 years old. Amen. It taught us that, listen, God can use you at any age, no matter how old you may be or even how young you may be. God can use you if you come with a willing heart and if you're obedient to his word. Let me say, he can not only have you speak his word, but he can have you do some miraculous works through his hands. My friends, as that 7th chapter closed, Moses and Aaron went down to the Nile River, and it was there that Moses, amen, approached Pharaoh again and told him, God sent me to tell you, let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. But instead of Pharaoh being obedient,